Progress continues. It seems above the upper ring beam. We then go to bricks instead of concrete blocks. Oh, very interesting. It's another day, and be interesting to get in there and see what all that scaffolding's about inside. And I think it looks like they're going to put a reinforced concrete beam across the tops of those two columns, and maybe to the end walls. But again, just guessing. But, you can see we've got a few posts for the front veranda, front porch, and by the fact that there's bricks down the back down there, maybe that's for construction. The toilet down there, hopefully away from the well. But yeah, it's all continuing. It's becoming harder to see progress from this side. The walls are up in the way. The work continues, and there's still lots of trusses reinforcement for concrete ring beams being made. And these look pretty impressive. So these are formwork for some sort of pillars with a buttress. By the look of it. So I'm fascinated to see how all this all works. If I dare go down the back. I'll come back and have a look later. Still lots of material being brought in. And over here we have the steelwork for the roof. This will be converted into web trusses. Normally around here you use wooden framing for the roof, and I said no. Seems they have to replace it every 3 to 5 years. So I said no. Let's pay the extra money, get it done properly, and not have to redo it time after time. So while that's being done, Santa's getting his roof done too. The other day the mango trees at the front of the side of Santa's house were cut down because they're just too hard on the roof. So now he's getting more of the roof replaced in order to not have to keep doing it. So that's what these guys are working on. Today's the day that Santa's roof gets renewed. So yesterday they built the web trusses, and today there's a large number of people taking the tiles off, putting aside the tiles for recycling, and that wooden structure will be removed because the wood around here, as you can see from the ends in the lower right, the wood doesn't last, and needs renewing every 3 to 5 years. So that's why I said for the rice factory, let's do the metal structure just as we did for our house here. So one of my design requirements was minimal structural wood. So I'll show the final result later. I think all of the crew were working on Santa's house this morning, ripping the old roof off, but there's a smaller team working on that, and the rest of the crew have resumed over here. So you can see the reinforcement for the ring beams is going in on top of the walls, and rendering of the bricks is going on. Interested to see what was going on inside, but better not. Jabata wouldn't be happy with me if I wandered into the worksite and got hurt. But yeah, more later. Santa's house is now headless, and more work is going on to prepare for putting ring beams along the top. I'll look at that. Which later the metal trusses will sit on. Pretty dull at the moment. We had another downpour overnight, and it looks like we might get more today by the look of this. Extraordinarily dull this time of the morning. But work continues, and we still have quite a bit of metal work to go. I've been working on Santa's roof still. And Jabita was up well before 5 this morning, which is not that uncommon, admittedly here. Cooking up big for the crew who are going to be digging a well out the back today, apparently. Thunder. I'm supposedly retired, but I usually wake up at 5 and often out of bed before 6. That's just the way it is here. It's very, very early to bed. Like, usually I'm going to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And that's 9 o'clock seems to be the general bedtime. And yeah, up before dawn. Being so close to the equator, only 6 degrees away, the day length varies very little. So it's light shortly after 6 and dark shortly after 6. I wonder if I can safely wander down the back and have a look at this well. Measuring up the formwork for those ring beams around the top, and more steel is being carried down for more trusses. There's much work to be done here. Be a bit wet inside, but oh well. Tile floors, etc. So it's okay to give a good wash down there, perhaps. But more later. Well, I don't know if that's roofing sheets for the rice factory or Santa's house or both. But, I don't know why the preference is for black, given that black absorbs the heat. So it seems like a poor choice to me. I would have gone with white to reflect as much heat as possible. But I'm not consulted on such things. Not even sure if it's an option that's available. Okay, that's where the well is. The Pulley's a fair giveaway. That means it's a long way away from the septic tank, which is very encouraging because some of them are far too close. But lots of hard work as usual. Sadly, it was decided that the coconut palm impeded traffic on the road too much, so that was sacrificed. Shame to see that go. I like that one. Work continues, but now it's sort of not really visible for outside what's happening. So I guess I'll get more of a look later. Safer to go back to the inside again. But that's the current state. And if we look out the front, yes, we have lots of sand, lots of metal still, and gravel. Well, let's go and look at what's happening with Santas. We have the trusses here, which I think must be from the factory because they're fairly long spans. And over the back we have Santas. So that's the smaller ones for Santa's house, although maybe it's front and rear sections, I don't know. Again, we'll see when it happens. Apparently I'm paying for this too. But I owed Santa for working on construction of the house. Oh, I think they've overheated the hammer drill again. Okay, so there's concrete pillars along there. What's the heavy starring moment? Okay. So I'm not sure what's happening with that front wall, but I'm sure that will become evident later. But there's a back wall going up. Let's have a little wander down there and see what that looks like. Well, it appears we're going to have a walled backyard. Not sure how much higher that wall's going to go. But given the reinforcement goes that high, this could be quite a large area. Quite a large wall. And there's a rig beam going along across here and along the canal. So, as usual, I have no idea. But I'm sure I'll find out later. New door and window frames have turned up for Santa's house. I gather they're doing steel door frames and wooden window frames. Hopefully this is all going to last well. I keep telling Kubota that do it right, do it once. Spend the extra money now, otherwise you've got to redo it again later when the wood rots. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, it burns through money. Well, I think I need to wrap up this particular video to make another episode to upload to YouTube. But editing it down will take a while to get it down to a usable size. More later.